10 awesome years. That is right. It has been 10 years since we first saw the Hyperdunk on Kobe Bryant's feet. I believe it was in the Olympics. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but man, it has been 10 years. How time flies so fast. This year, the Hyperdunk X finally comes out. And yes, I got the black and white colorway. So how do they perform? Let's find out. But before we start, for all of you who wants to know why I'm wearing sunglasses or shades again in my video, you guessed it right. There, I got a black eye from my game last night. So that's the cost I paid for reviewing for you guys. Let's move on to the review. Alright, for the materials of the Hyperdunk X, the upper is a 3/4 booty system which features engineered mesh on the toe box area and also partly on the ankle area. It also features a wide lacing system that helps you in lockdown. And on the heel is a good accent of leather materials. There's a nice minimal pull tab between the heel and the tongue part, so you can put your foot in and slide it easily. Also on the ankle part is a textile material. It's also seen here on the tongue part, which is very well cushioned. And there is a fuse overlay on the medial side of the toe box to help prevent the engineered mesh from overstretching. On the booty part of the shoe is a neoprene material that hugs your foot and is very comfortable. Overall, the upper is a pretty good combination of materials, but my only concern is in the toe box area, which is a bit roomy for me. So as for wide footers, I think this shoe will be very ideal for you. So moving on to the outsole. Our traction pattern for the Hyperdunk X is a wavy pattern. It reminds me of the PG2s that has wave-like patterns. As for the traction of the shoes, breaking it in is required because for the first time that I wore this, the traction was not as good, but as I eventually played with it more, I think there's a bit of a film on the traction. It became better over time, so you have to break it in first. Dust pickup is not a problem on the shoe. I had minimal wiping while I was playing with it and it holds up pretty good. Squeakiness is there. Pairing it with the traction on the 2017s, I think the 2017s are a bit more grippy. It stops more on a dime. The 2017 is one of the best traction that ever came out in the 2017. I wish they maintained that here. It is still good, but I think the 2017 is better for me. Moving to the best part of the shoe, which is the cushion. The Hyperdunk X features a forefoot and heel Zoom Air units. Forefoot has Zoom Air bag, which is pretty average, and on the heel is a very thick Zoom Air bag. I love the cushion setup on this one. It gives you excellent court feel, at the same time good amount of bounciness, especially on the heel. And also I forgot to mention that it is wrapped around a very good Phylon material, which is not as rigid as the ones in the PGs. It compresses very well, so impact protection is very good. Court feel on the forefoot is also nice, and the bounciness is pretty awesome. Even on the first time I was wearing it, when I was walking with it, I felt the Zoom airbags both on the forefoot and the heel. Cushion setup for the Hyperdunks is excelente. Moving on to the support of the Hyperdunk X, no complaints. It features a very nice amount of lateral outrigger for stability. And this huge TPU plastic on the midfoot lateral part of the shoe also helps you on the support laterally. Very good for guards who are very shifty. For the lockdown of the shoe, as I've mentioned in the first part, there's a bit of toe space. So if you're a narrow footer, you have to be aware of that. I tried going down half a size when I was fitting it, but the midfoot of the shoe was a bit tight, so I have to go true to size with my Nike size. The toe box is a bit roomy. I'll try to make some adjustment. I don't know if I have to pull the laces up a bit more or wear thicker socks, but I was wearing my Nike Grip Power, which is very thick already. Also on the heel lockdown, the Hyperdunk X has an Achilles pillow here, but for me, it doesn't hold me down that well. The lockdown for me for this shoe is just average to good, but I'll give you an update if I found a way to fix that lockdown issue. As for the fit, as I've mentioned, go true to size with your Nike size if you're a wide footer. But if you're a narrow footer, maybe you can get away with a half size down. Better to check and try it out in the store. For the price of the Hyperdunk X, for the lows, it's $6,295 here in the Philippines. In the US, I think it's $120 US. The high cut version runs, I think, $130 US. So there goes my performance review on the Hyperdunk X. Overall for me, it's a very good all-around performer. Very good cushioning, impact protection. Court feel is awesome too. It is a very light shoe. So let's try to weigh the shoe in. It's 374 grams, which is very light. It's one of the lightest shoe out now. Like I've said, it's a very good performer. Grab it if you can. Try it out and let me know what you guys think of the shoe. Aesthetic wise, I like the lows better than the highs. It's a good shoe to hoop in at the same time if you want to go hit the gym. So that's it on my review of the Hyperdunk X. Let me know what you guys think of the shoe. And so if you're going to cop, and what colorway are you going to buy? So this has been Marques once again. So I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers!